we grinding? Can you see me? Twitch.
Hello.
Prime time.
Can you hear me?
Nothing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
And I can hear you too, perfect, dog boy. I said,
You can hear me? It's primetime alpha pup.
I was thinking if that was maybe. Are you into some kind of bondage stuff now, or what's going on with you, buddy?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been watching a lot of George Floyd's adult-rated videos, and I just want to say this. He's probably one of their greatest American heroes. I miss the guy like every single day. But, no, I mean, I've just been stressed. Bubba, this is what I like, you know? And people have been demonizing me. People have been trying to put me in some sort of corner and pigeonhole me because I have some sort of weird fetish. I think we need to encourage these fetishes.
I think life is your fetish, like an overall statement. Like life is my fetish. I like that one. Don't you?
You think so? I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, life's tough, but Bubba, guess what? Primetime semaglutide, and I know Dr. Dan said on the air, I'm down 7 pounds, Bubba.
Oh, are you really? Hey, can we just take off the flap and we just keep the I kind of like it better like that. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, because you do have a good mouth and nose setup. You really do.
See, imagine, and I'm in my underwear, but imagine if I was a wrestler, Bubba, and I came into the ring like this, and that would be one of my moves. Would be is I'm the alpha pup, and I would bite you. I would actually bite the wrestlers. That would be
like you get the guy down and you just bite him until he'd finally tap out. Right?
Yeah, he would have to tap.
And the guy would walk out, and there'd be like real human bite marks on the back, and then the guy would get ringworm because you have all types of viruses in your mouth, all kinds of things.
My mouth is disgusting, guys. That's not even a joke. I know Bubba likes to joke around. No, the dentist wouldn't even, 3 different dentists wouldn't operate on me because they said the odor from my mouth
bull crap.
They said it was a medical issue. No, they did. They said I needed to go to a hospital. They said I should go to a doctor in Mexico because they wouldn't handle it because the odor was so foul.
Now, so hold on. You're on are you on the Zempic diet, or are you on the dark match, on the generic version of it?
I'm on the generic version. I'm on the house show, dark match. And let me tell you something, Bubba. I'm down 7, and now the medicine is kicked in, but I had to be honest. It kind of makes you feel a little bit like you're this sounds bad, and this is a part of the medicine I don't like. It kind of makes you feel like you're a little nauseous sometimes because your blood sugar is kind of low. But dude, I'm not craving any sugar.
Can you eat? But let's say you wanted to go out and have like a hamburger and some French fries.
You really can't eat as much. You do eat, but because your body's not craving the sugar, it's just different. Like I'm eating way less.
Honest to God, unless you got a girdle on or something like that, you do look. And I'm not one to ever throw.
Lost weight. No, I've lost 7 pounds. I'm 242 today. I was.
And you've only been doing it for what? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Nice.
Nice.
7 pounds.
What's the cost on that though? Did you whittle them down to nothing? I mean, did you try to
I mean, no.
Got the Alex Stein hookup.
I told you.
I mean, Alex, you
needed
to go to him and say, "Listen, I got 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm gonna just sign a big time contract with Blaze. I'm pretty, you might want to get in on an endorsement tip for this deal. Free product for mentions on my deal.
The free stuff, but I mean, it's just." I don't know. I actually have.
Hold on. You used to sling. You still have a used car dealer's license.
Yes.
You know how to work the deal.
And we got to do it. We ought to do it in combination. But Bubba, I figured. Tell me this, because you're the gimmick master. So I figured for Christmas, I'm going to go to the auction and I'm going to buy 3 of those beater $2,000 cars. I'm going to give one to like a 16-year-old for their first car, one to a single mom, one to an ex-convict. What do you think about that for Christmas? And film that
as part of like the Alex, as part of content.
Yeah, like Christmas. Yeah, like Christmas.
So $6,000 worth of cars.
Yeah, but like crappy. But imagine I give somebody a $2,000 car, Bubba. That would change their life. Then they owe me for the rest of their.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, Bubba, this is how cheap the cars would be because they'd be really $1,500 because then I got to do the old TTL gimmick, tax, title, and license, because that's another $300 just in fees to the freaking.
And then you got to have the guy that sold it to you say, "Hey man, will you give me a bill of sale for $400? A state tax Willie deal here. You know what I'm saying?"
Bubba, that's the biggest gimmick scam. Oh, I bought this car for $200. I bought that. Yeah, they know that scam.
Now hold on. So
they already got their tax in the car once or twice before. They don't need it again.
So now hold on. So everything. Let's do an update on Alex Stein's world. You're on the Zempic diet, the dark match, the offshoot
semaglutide.
semaglutide.
The Chinese version.
You're on the.
How much of it are you taking?
You're on you got it on Alibaba.com.
Alibaba.com, Kroger brand, whatever, HEB.
And it's
Publix
really
brand.
so. If let's say that I took it, would it just make me noticeably not as hungry and so I wouldn't eat as much?
Honestly, Bubba, that's the thing is I didn't realize that at first. It took about a week because I was still kind of eating at first of the week. Now, because you've seen me eat, you know how I eat. I eat with you. We eat.
You and I went out. You and I completely smashed a whole package of Oreos in 2 days.
Like that.
Yeah.
Well, I do a line of Oreos. That's just I call it doing a line. I mean, that's no big deal. But no. What I'm saying is the sugar and that stuff. That's the stuff that I crave. It just does not have the same taste because my blood sugar levels are already regulated. So the reason why I'm not a health expert at all, as you can tell, but the reason why you usually want sugars because your body's craving it because of some imbalance with your blood sugar levels. So when my blood sugar levels are kind of just, I guess it makes them lower. It makes it where it doesn't spike. I don't have craving.
Yeah, but what about when you're on 14 Delta 9 THC laced gimmicks? Like what about then? Because I know that you've been known to do that before.
Well, I don't know if they're Delta 9 proof, but I've been laying a little lower on the Delta 9s just the past 2 weeks.
You do look healthier. You do, honest to God, like you're my friend, and I'm really like you do look healthier. You do look better, a little less stressed too. Although I think there's a lot of stress in your life.
There's more stress. I'm going to New York tomorrow. I'm supposed to go. On Monday, I'm supposed to go with James O'Keefe to do that Project Veritas stuff.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna hopefully we're gonna go confront that teacher that's teaching kids and giving kids butt plugs in high school.
Oh, yeah.
So
New York.
I'm stressed. I'm supposed to go to Ann Coulter's birthday tomorrow, so I got to fly to New York. I'm going there, so I'm stressed about that. And then listen, what I got to do today. I got 3 shows in the Blaze. I got Sarah Gonzalez's show. Then I got to do Stu's show. And then Stu's doing this whole stupid gimmick. And there's no offense to Stu, but he does it all the time. It's called Power Hour, where he gets people from the Blaze and a couple of people aren't, where we take a shot of beer every hour. And since I don't drink, they have a thing called the penalty shot. So I drink near beer. I drink the Heineken Zero. And every time I mess up on a thing, because you play some drinking game, I have to take a shot of Louisiana hot sauce, like Tabasco. It's disgusting.
What's the guy's name? What's the guy's name that hosts this?
Stu, Stu.
Can you tell Stu that
he's Glenn's co-host for 20 years?
The 90s are calling, and the 90s Nut Hut radio's calling, and they want their show back? Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. It's such a gimmick, and really, it's usually his biggest show, and it is a funny show because everybody's getting drunk. But I don't not like it, but when you're the sober guy and everybody's drunk, and then I gotta be funny, and then
but hold on, you can one up them with your Delta 9. See if they can hang. They can't hang with you on that. I promise you that.
Oh,
yeah.
What's up, 420?
Yeah. So for every shot that they're supposed to do, go ahead and substitute that with one of your Delta 9 gummies, and I guarantee you they'll all be in the hospital.
That's why they would never be able to hang. That's the thing is THC doesn't even affect me. I almost need THC or the Delta 9 CBD, whatever's in that, whatever they're making in those Filipino laboratories. That's what I need because there's Delta 9s. I mean,
so you're going to New York today, and are you going to be able to? Now I think you've often told me privately that you think you could make sweet love to Ann Coulter.
I would love
She's
to.
an attractive
and I think
woman.
it could. And she looks. I believe it's her 60th birthday. I'm telling you, Bubba, and I'm not just saying this. Sometimes you see her on TV, and I would say this to Ann's face. It's unflattering. In person, beautiful. I was blown away. I was like, what? She's almost a little too thin. And I even said it to her. I go, gosh, Ann, I could, knock you over. She looks good. That's why. And she's got 13 New York Times bestsellers. And guess who's writing
loaded.
a book
She
right
could
now?
be your sugar mama. She could be your sugar mama.
Yeah. I know. I'm writing I'm going to be like this.
What are you trying to do right now?
Oh, my God.
That's a licking the titty. And that's a one.
Easy, buddy.
You can't say
not
the
on
T
regular
word?
radio.
No,
I dumped
no.
you out.
What?
We're
You
okay.
can't say, wait, really? Is that really true?
For
That's
real?
one of the words you can't
For
say.
real? Yeah, that's one of the
Oh
words
my
you can't
God.
say. And that. And now, hold on.
I'm writing a letter to SEC.
Let me give you, as an experienced broadcaster of 36 years, 2 examples on how you can and cannot use that word. Okay, you cannot use that word in the context that you just said. You could say, man, I'm really tired of Joe Biden. He's been sucking off the public teat since 1955.
Yeah.
See?
Okay,
Doesn't hit the same, but it is what it is.
It's pretty much
Not
the
the same,
same,
it's
but
close.
one will get your throat off and one won't, buddy.
Well, and I was actually talking about, and Howard had you on. What the heck? That was
Yeah.
incredible, Bubba.
Think about this. Who's the only radio personality in the world that Howard will put on? Me. Period. He doesn't put other radio guys on. Period. I'm the only one. And I introduced him to my fine Jewish co-host as well that really got me some.
Well, yeah, but Robin didn't put her over at all. And Anna, you didn't put Bubba over. Anna, what the heck? I'm the Jewish queen, blah, blah, blah. You should have been, doing your Jewish handshakes and, in the synagogue with Howard.
Well, it's kind of hard to compete with Howard, Robin, Bubba, and fake Bubba and Ronnie all in one.
Life is hard.
Yeah, well, she played it. Shut up. She played it perfectly. She played it. She knew her role. I introduced her. She did a abalaba shingabalabala, and we're good.
Bubba. Let's pray to the Lord that I'm not in the studio when Howard calls in, because I would be on there. I would let him have it, Bubba. I would let him. I'm such a die-hard Howard.
And you would say, Howard, why are you not passing the torch to Bubba? He's the only choice when you leave. He's the only one.
And I would say this. I would say, Howard, you have such a great eye for talent. Just a lot of the talent he discovered, the Whack Pack, just other broadcasters. It's like, use your talent tag. I guess, bring up the next generation. He doesn't even want to go to his studio anymore, Bubba. He does all that.
You can't see saying any of that. See, that's negative on negative. You need to do a positive on a positive. You're the greatest of all time. You're going to be wrapping it up soon. Why don't you pass it to your buddy who respects you, and he's the only broadcaster that you even like.
That's what I'm saying. And I agree. I mean, and if it wasn't for Howard, I would have known you, Bubba, because that's why I started listening to you, because you're on Sirius. So listen, I love Howard. I could never say a word to Howard. He's literally the greatest broadcaster. But just to see the machinations of his career, like he went from this, awesome guy in the 90s, the most, you would say, the most confrontational, the most, the rowdiest guy. Yeah,
he's getting older. Whatever. He's wrapping it up. They're paying him a lot of money to chill out. So let's move on.
But this is my thing. I know, and I know you're going to defend him. Now I'm going to defend Howard, but I'm saying now the show they do Cocktober, Bubba, where they're guys rub their penises on.
Yeah, I don't think we can say that either. We just had to dump that one too. No.
Well, today's a dump button day. My game.
Lummy, you might need to text Alex privately and say we may not be having him on the air anymore. I mean, he's a liability. He's got 2 affiliates right now. I got Blitz. Blitz has a text from 2 PDs saying, "What the hell's going on around there?"
No,
trying to lose a license.
Let me call him. And apologize.
No, you need to just chill out with the top eye tops and the cop you double cops. Now, what about the fact that you were supposed to go to L.A. and meet Kanye? What happened there? Did that happen?
Oh my gosh!
Is that just a big Alex Stein, Andy Kaufman high spot? What is it?
No, so let's talk about this. So
you got to realize that when you talk to us, see, one of the great things when we used to have Tucker on is like we were boys. We're boys. We're talking like boys. Yeah. So you can't work us like you're
I'm not working. Okay.
Yeah, okay. You got to be our boy. And by the way, thank you for the Alex Jones introduction. We appreciate that. We've been waiting for that interview now for a while.
Okay, well, just wait.
He's not doing interviews.
Waiting on that.
He's not yet.
There's a saying, with patience, everything's on time.
Right, okay. So what about the Kanye West deal? Is it a shoot or is it a work? Be honest.
No, this is the gimmick. So gosh, I can't even tell you. I've been doing this thing called internet blood sports. So long story short, there's this guy on the internet.
You've been doing a thing called what?
Yes.
Is it part of your Zimpactic diet?
No, this is a whole different culture of the internet, Bubba, you do not know about. I'm new to it. It's called internet blood sports.
Hold on, stop right there. Just stop. Blitz, are you familiar with this?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so go ahead.
So internet blood sports, this guy's Ethan Ralph. He has a channel, and oftentimes you get people on this show and they debate, and it's like, but it's not like your normal debate, like, is Judaism good, or is it whatever? Is Christianity blah blah blah? These Muslim, sometimes you have like these religious debates stuff. But it'll be like debates on like, is Alex Stein gay or, whatever. It's just a lot more hardcore. So
you should be gay.
I went on there.
I mean, you should be.
A little bit. I'm gay for pay. That's what they
always
say.
You should be. You know what? You should be bi. You should be bi. There's nothing wrong with being bi.
No.
Just say, I'm Alex Stein. Let's make the announcement right now. I'm Alex Stein and I'm bi.
Well, I'm Alex Stein and I'm bi, and I'm okay with that, and I've always been okay with it.
Yeah, but now you got the dog mask on. You're taken away from the bi-ness. You're not really. I mean,
Well, I'm a gay dog. I'm a straight man, but when I'm a puppy, I'm gay.
So what was supposed to happen with your? You were actually supposed to go see Kanye. You had an interview set up through the Blaze.
No, not through the Blaze. So this guy, this is so sketchy. So Kanye West Let me just tell you this story. Kanye West goes on Tim Pool's show on Monday. He walks off the show. It was a big deal. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I'm sure everybody else is. But
Yeah,
Bubba,
we touched on it.
Yeah, you touched it. So he leaves, and I go on Tim Pool's show on Wednesday, and I'm calling balls and strikes like an umpire at the Tampa Bay Rays game. I go, you know what Kanye's been doing right now? He's acting a little erratic. You know, I think he needs to go into his music. I don't know if he's really that good at articulating his views, and I can actually play this clip of what I'm about to show you. So I was just being very pragmatic. I don't think I was being rude. Actually, I thought I was putting him over a little bit, but I was just trying to call balls.
And you know what?
Strikes,
You know what? And also, though, it kind of makes sense is that he could be all this controversy that he's getting as over spoken word podcast or broadcast. He could be doing that via music and really be killing it. I mean, like people would listen to it just to hear how outlandish it is.
And this is what's so dumb, Bubba. Nobody in the world, you can convince, they say if the lie is big enough, you can convince anybody of it, but nobody is ever going to go on your side except for very, very small niche people by saying Hitler is good. I mean, that's the worst thing you can say. You can never say that.
There's very little upside to that, no matter how you slice it, period. Even if that's how you feel, even if that's your true opinion, yes, you have the right to have that opinion. Yes, you do in this great country that we live, but you also have the right to be criticized and judged for that opinion. And so, you know,
and he's smart enough to know that you're not going to be able to get your message across or even do a presidential campaign. Because listen, there's right and left, but the majority of people are in the middle. You know, you're trying to get swing voters. You're never going to get people to go from the left side to your side by praising, literally the most repugnant human being of all time. And I mean, there's been Stalin, there's been Mussolini, There's been a lot of bad leaders, but I think you could argue that Hitler was the worst one. But I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to argue semantics. What I am here to talk about, so I think I gave a fair, maybe critique of Kanye's appearance because he just got kicked off the Tim Pool show. So I'm on Tim's show. So I got to put Tim over a little bit. I'm not going to be like, even though I was kind of mad, I was like, Tim, it sucks because the interview would have been good. You
got to do a little job for, you got to do a job for Tim.
I mean, I respect Tim. He has me on his show. I'm a regular guest on his show. And I'm just saying, I'm a regular guest on you. I'm a friend of yours, Bubba. So I got your back. I got Tim's back more than I got Kanye's, even though I know he's a big deal. So like I said, I just called balls and strikes. And I said, he's acting a little erratic, a little crazy. Well, his handler is a guy named Ali Alexander, who is the guy that basically created the Stop the Steal rally on January 6th. And then him, and then this woman, Laura Loomer, and this guy, Baked Alaska. So basically, they had me on this podcast because they wanted to, before my Kanye West interview.
On Spaces, right?
This is on, or it was on Telegram, but I was on Ethan Ralph's show.
Okay, yep, okay.
So basically, there's just like,
let's just hold your feet to the fire, make sure he's legitimate, right?
I heard all this when it went down. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, this all went down. So basically, I'm this guy Baked Alaska, who walked into the Capitol. He went to Nancy Pelosi's desk. He is in trouble for January 6th, but before that, he pepper sprayed a guy in Arizona who's going to jail for assault. So you're like, Alex, how does this all have to do with Kanye? It's so convoluted. I skipped out on this guy's podcast, not on purpose. This Baked Alaska guy, not on purpose, not at all. I was in Houston for one, and then I went on a last minute trip to New York, so I had to reschedule the second podcast. He got all mad. I'm like, Baked, what the hell? He sends me 6 messages like in a row. I was so mad, I just ignore it. So then I go on this internet blood sport. So this all happens within like 2 or 3 days from like Monday to Wednesday. Then I go on this internet blood sports. They all want to call me out. Like, oh, we're gonna call Alex out. We're gonna get him. Da, da, da. So I go on there and I just start, you're this, you're that. I'm calling Laura Loomer and Baked. He's going to jail. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put money in your commissary. Da, 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 da. I'm crushing him. And then somebody in the thing goes, Alex, why did you call Kanye crazy? This Ali Alexander guy, who's like working for Kanye, who started the Stop the Steal rally, was like, gets on the call. It's a group chat. So even though we're on a show, imagine you have like 10 callers on the line at once. It's kind of a cluster, yeah.
Right.
And so we're all on the line, and he's like, Alex, you need to apologize to Kanye right now if you want to do this interview. You need to make a video on your Twitter, and this is all online. You can type in Alex Bloodsports or Alex Killstream. I think all this will come up. It's about a 20-minute clip. It's actually pretty entertaining radio. But I know, and he's like, you need to make a hostage-style video apologizing to Kanye. And I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll do it. Then the next day, they're like, make the video by 1 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not bending over backwards because, Bubba, I would love to interview Kanye, but then I go there. It's a lot of squeeze, but not a lot of juice for me. It can only really hurt me because then I go there and I seem sympathetic to him. That could get me in trouble. And like I said, I would love to talk to Kanye. They wanted me to make a hostage style video. I said maybe. Then I didn't.
Listen,
make
you
the video
also
in
have
time.
to. You also have to take in consideration that you just signed a pretty big time contract with Blaze, and they may not want you out there boss hogging like that.
And that's what I'm saying. I wasn't even going to tell Blaze before. I was going to just go do it and tell them. I mean, I said it on Tim Pool that I would do it, so that that was kind of my. That's my out. Like I did say it on the public if Blaze got mad, but I didn't. I wasn't going to tell the CEO because I was going to do it on my dime. So it's really they wouldn't. It's like independent journalism.
Yeah, you better be careful with that. You start. I mean, you can't go rogue so much. I mean, you got to. I'm just saying. You got to kind of keep in. You got to be mindful of that you're associated with their brand now, and you got. I mean, I'm trying to feel like I'm talking to you like I'm your dad a little bit here. I'm your broadcast dad.
Mentor. You are my radio dad. But this is the thing. So basically, they try to do this gimmick. They want me to kiss, Kanye's butt and apologize and kiss the ring. I just didn't feel like doing it. It's not even an ego. It's just I don't feel like groveling to Kanye West right now when he's going around and saying repugnant stuff. Now, Kanye West is the most brilliant rapper, arguably, of our generation, of generations. Some of his hit songs, but now even his new music is not good. Like his new music sucks. He's not the Kanye West that he once was.
I think he's done. I think he has so PR screwed himself that he's done. He's done. I do.
But Bubba, everybody loves a comeback story, so I think he needs
bull crap. I'm trying one right now.
But Bubba, you're about to get a big bump. What I know, a lot of people don't know what I know about Bubba Clem, and Bubba Clem is about to get the big primetime bump. I'm thinking 2023.
Hey, speaking of primetime, how about my boy Deion Sanders, huh? How about him? Working the gimmick, huh?
Okay, let's talk about this real quick. And did you see, what is it, Bomani Jones or whatever? It's like, Howard Stern Deion Sanders goes to HBCU and leaves, leaves the black man's dream dead. Like they're trying to say it's racist. If any other HBCU coach of any other school got offered the job to Colorado, every single ESPN announcer say, "This is great. Look at the historic transition from HBCUs to a big Power 10 or whatever."
Deion said that he would. When I will come in here and I will get a better graduation rate, I will win the SWAC, and we will have guys go to the NFL. And he's done all three in 3 years. And so he did what that was the three promises that he made. He said, I will bring more awareness to the HBCU, which he did. And there's not a person, white, black, green, or indifferent, that wouldn't accept a salary increase from $500,000 to $5 million. By just having to relocate to Boulder, California, Boulder, Colorado, and do what you do.
But Bubba, they are hating on him bad from the HBCU. Like everyone there is hating on him bad.
Well, it just goes to show you how desperate you are. Then is Deion your only identity?
Yes.
Deion brought a great bunch of set of eyes into your product. And what do you think, he was going to stay there forever? I mean,
that's what they made it sound. Yeah, College Game Day never would have went to Jackson State.
Yeah,
ever if Deion wasn't there.
Well, but he's there 2 years. I mean,
three,
these people are not
technically 3 seasons, 2.5.
So guys, that he put in his dues. He went to a place in the middle of Jackson, Mississippi. I've been to Jackson, Mississippi. I graduated from LSU. There is nothing in Jackson, Mississippi besides a discount tire.
Listen, on Deion's second game, if you can, I can remember this. I know it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
The second game, they won, and they're like, "Coach, what are you mad about?" And he's like, "Well, I'll tell you what I'm mad about. During while we were playing, somebody broke into the coach's office and stole all of our jewelry.
Stole the stuff.
Now it ended up being an inside job, and they caught who was doing it. But I mean, how many times, did the city of Jackson run out of water?
Yeah, the water problem.
They couldn't even have. So the place was an absolute crap hole. He came in and took a team that didn't win. That won 0 or 1 or 2 games, took them undefeated in 2 years, won the championship, and had an opportunity to make, be one of the premier coaches in college football. And I think Colorado's only a stepping stone too. He'll turn Colorado around, and he'll be then it'll be a USC or a Clemson or an Alabama or an FSU or a Texas A&M. Colorado is only the second of the 3 steps.
Well, see, this is why they're mad, though, because he goes from the HBCU, which is a African-American black college, to University of Colorado, which is literally a all-white college. But then none of that matters, because all I know. That's what I say. I agree.
Who cares?
This is what makes me mad, guys. The only thing that matters in college football is recruiting. If you can recruit the best players, you can be the best team.
Yep.
Deion Sanders is the best recruiter. Could you imagine Deion Sanders walks to your house and says, "I want you to play football for me," and you say no to him? You would be an a-hole. If you said no, I don't want to play for
and
you.
Now, I can
play the World Series and a football game in the same day.
Yeah, but hold on now.
Person to ever do that.
And so, 2 years ago when you're the best player in football and you got a chance to go to USC or Tennessee or Alabama, I can see you might say no to Jackson State. But now that he's Power 5, I honest to God think that Deion has. And when do they change to the 12-team?
2024.
I think he'll be in the playoffs. And by the time they develop, I think he'll be a top 12 team and he'll be in the playoffs.
No, because he's going to go to that transfer portal. He's going to get the best players. I think you're exactly right. And he's going to get every kid an NIL deal. Every single University of Colorado kid is going to be in a Mercedes S-Class in 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
Zooted and booted. Yeah, they're going to be large.
So no Kanye. Why don't you just say, listen, I'll do an apology to Kanye, but it's going to be a one-on-one, me and Kanye, Zoom up Willie, or I'm going to fly out there and I'll apologize to him, but it's not going to be some recorded bunch of nonsense. It's going to be a real interview.
See, that's good. That's what I'm going to message in today. I'm going to say it. But Bubba, so I've been fighting with these guys, going back to the Kanye thing, just real quick to reiterate, because I know we got to go here in a minute, but I'm saying the Kanye West thing. So now all these people are just going internet blood sports on me now. Like there's this thing called the Groypers. And this is their whole gimmick. You'll love this because they're such Christians. They choose to be celibate. They're called incels. They're celibate on purpose because they don't want to have sex because they don't want to spread their seed or sin. So these are like,
that's completely opposite. I'm completely opposite of that. I want to spread my seed.
I want to spread it out. Yeah, I'm trying to explode. I got loads to explode, but these people know they want to keep it all in, and that's what they're called. They're called incels.
We
it's a real thing. So now they're all getting.
So
continue on. Yes.
No, don't continue
so because
on.
my last name's Stein and Anna and I are basically the same. Now I'm a Jewish Illuminati. I work for the government. I'm mainstream media. Now I'm establishment. Me, a guy that wears women's bathing suits to city council meetings. I'm the guy that goes insane for the Ukraine. I'm out there calling AOC Big Booty Latina, but now I am a government agent, basically, is what they're kind of trying to insinuate, or that I'm a mainstream establishment, which is the farthest thing from the truth. I'm as X-rated
and you know
as
what?
it
The thing
gets.
about it is there's so many titles as to what everybody can be now that I can't even keep up on the titles and reading what the good guys or the bad guys are. I can't even. It's just like there's so many sleeper cells of controversy now. You just subsect humanity into just like the most obscure things. I don't even know.
No, Bubba, it's hard to express these views.
When do you
because
start your
are
Blaze
so
show?
different. Hopefully in January. They broke ground on the set finally. So now
did you see my video that I put up on how you can fire the guy? I mean, are you going to do? I mean,
Yes, it's epic. Yeah, and then listen to this. And
all you really got to do is just leak that video to him.
That's really what I need. I might send it to Ricky, but listen to the gimmick now. So I'm going to. So I got 3 shows today, and on Stu's show they're like, oh, we're gonna have Brandon be your helper, like. What do you mean my helper? Like work for me, be my. They don't want to say the word producer. Oh shit! I said the guy's name. Oh my god! But whatever. If it gets out, it gets out.
You can't say that.
But basically, it doesn't matter.
Just been a dumping.
I really don't.
It's been a dumping.
It's
just been a dumping bonanza. It's been a golden corral.
It's funny,
it's been a golden corral of dumping today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that Ozempic kind of makes me have loose stools, so I've been dumping a lot myself. So it is what it is. But they want this guy to like be my handler and walk around with me. And I'm like, why do they want to babysit me so?
Well, because you're probably. Listen, just by today's show alone, one looks like you might need babysitted. You're a loose cannon. You don't even know the rules around here. Jeez.
I don't follow them. I know the rules. I just don't follow. Bubba, come on, I'm like a bad dog. You can spank me all day. I'm still gonna go pee wherever I want to pee. That's just my lifestyle. I have a. But
eventually, we want the dog that pees outside. We don't want the dog.
I know.
We don't want our apartment to smell like dog pee. Can we get some relief? Can we get some clean carpets around here, buddy? Can we stop the soiling?
It's not easy, Bubba. It's not easy. I got
hair.
a lot of issues.
Look at his hair.
All right, this is not.
It's that
I'm out here
Ozempic,
doing
man.
the
It's
best
got
that
you
I
running
can.
loose, man. You're running loose. You're not even thinking
I'm
about what you're
hot.
saying.
Jim Carrey
No,
style.
it is going to. I think the Ozempic is going to my brain a little bit, honestly, because I'm a little slower because my blood sugar level's not right. When I'm on the sugar, I have the energy of that. So
Well, go
now
eat
that I
a
don't have that
Snickers.
creative
Jesus
juice-
Christ, something. I don't know.
Bubba, he's just super excited that Brittany Griner's gonna be back this year for the
Oh,
WNBA.
yeah, Brittany
There you
Griner.
go.
Yeah. Oh, Brittany Griner's
You know-
back. Oh, you got to be happy.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, she's going to be right down. She's right down the street in Houston. I'm going to go visit her. But did you see who we traded for her? Speaking of trade, you're a general manager
Who
yourself,
traded?
Bubba.
Yeah, we know.
She didn't just come back?
I thought they just let her back.
No, Victor Bout, the Lord
Who's
of
that?
War. You know,
Yeah.
the guy's like been responsible for the deaths of. He actually sold weapons to the Taliban. And as a guy, yes, yes. Victor
Yeah, no
Bout
one
sold
said
weapons
that.
to the Taliban, to the ISIS. As a matter of fact, he sold weapons to them. Let me give you a history lesson, guys.
All
Let me
right.
tell you something. You know how we went and fought a 20-year war in the Middle East, Bubba? Did you
No.
know there's a movie called Charlie Wilson's War, starring a guy named Tom Hanks? It talked about in the 70s what we
Never
did.
heard of him.
The Mujahideen. That's what ISIS and Taliban was called before that in the 70s and 80s, and they were in a fight with Russia because they had so much oil and gas reserves.
Did we give them weapons or something?
We would give them all. Are you being sarcastic?
No.
No.
Tell us about Operation
What?
You didn't know?
Cyclone.
So what? Everybody in this room used to watch Charlie Wilson War. We fought. No, listen. Shut up. History time. Sergeant Stein reporting for duty. Let me explain this. All of you need to know this.
We're listening.
No,
We're
we're
listening.
Sorry, we're
We're
learning.
listening.
God.
Jesus.
Okay. Let me calm down. Let me just cool down my jets. Cool my jets.
I'm still shocked at this whole
The
big
Muja-
Victor Boot thing.
Give me the Jichter boot deal. Let's go.
The Victor Boot deal. So a guy, Congressman, Charlie Wilson, secretly funded the Mujahideen to fight with the Russians. As a matter of fact, we gave them anti-aircraft weapons, and the Taliban, they were called the Mujahideen back then, were able to take down Russian fighter jets. So much so that Russia left Afghanistan because they were losing the war. Similar to the United States that went there for 20 years and lost the war. So what I'm saying is we funded a guy named Osama bin Laden. Osama
that?
bin Laden, Bubba, his name for the CIA was called Tim Osman, and he was our #1 CIA asset in the Middle East. He was the one that we were funding to fight Russia in the Middle East in the 70s and 80s.
What about Barry Soetoro?
Oh, well, you know who Barry Soetoro is.
Oh, of
That's
course
Barack
we do.
Obama. And Barry Soetoro, that Barack's stepdad, Lolo Soetoro, worked with George Bush's family in the oil and gas industry in South America. So
Yep.
they're all connected.
We
Like,
know all of
what
it,
the
man. All I
heck?
gotta do is ask Blitz. Like, Blitz, who's Benny Sotero? And Blitz will tell me. Bam.
Yeah, most people know him as Barack, but hey, whatever.
There you go.
Okay, and so did you know that? And Bubba, so Barack Obama on his thing, he went to school in Indonesia with his Barry Soetoro, and on his elementary
Student
school,
ID.
they had to put his religion, and he put that he was a Muslim. So did you know that?
That's
Barack
great.
Obama
I
was a
mean,
Muslim when he was young?
whatever. I voted
I
for him
know.
the first time.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm just saying.
Assalamu alaikum.
this
It's
guy-
exactly what I'm saying. Assalamu alaikum, buddy.
Allah Akbar.
Assalamu
I don't know if we say
alaikum.
that.
Oh, sorry.
No, but I'm saying assalamu alaikum is what I'm saying. That's pretty sounds like some pretty cool words to me. Whatever that means. Assalamu alaikum. Love me. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Hey, if there's any
Assalamu
Muslims in the chat
alaikum.
right now, they're probably going to be real happy with this. But my point being is we
So your point
funded a
being
lot of
is
these-
you're working for the Blaze, and they're going to pretty much shove down who the hell they want to work for you, and you don't have any balls to stand up for yourself, and you're going to take some guy that you don't like,
Oh, God.
and the only thing that you got of value is some goddamn toe clippers for your dog. That's all. That's what you got right there in your hands.
Okay. So my very good friend who works at the Blaze with me, Sarah Gonzalez, she's kind of the one that gets me, got me a job there. She says the same thing. She calls me all the words you just called me and
Yeah.
said that I'm a wimp and that I need to.
You're a pussy.
But Bubba.
You come across only when the mic is on and Plano City Council members meetings going on. That's the only time
Yep.
you're tough.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're a pussy.
Try to be tough on Telegram and you get kicked off a Kanye interview. Good
Yeah.
job.
And you can't even
Okay,
fire.
first of all-
and,
You crying?
and you can't even fire a guy that you don't want. Your show hasn't even started. It'd be so easy for you to walk up to him and say,
Stop
"Listen,
crying,
I don't
pants.
like this guy. Can I get somebody else?" And you're like, you're just taking the guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
Pushed on you by Stu.
What? What?
It's a lot of emotions.
I can't hear what he says.
I had to go fire people. That's my job. There was a time when I was struggling. I can afford to feed myself, and I'm going to do that to somebody else. I just don't have it in me.
Oh
People
yeah,
say,
okay.
you're
Well,
so tough.
well, let me do it for you then. I want to help a friend out. I love firing
But
people.
Bubba, I know that he's going to be broke, and I know that he's going to have trouble paying his bills, and that's going to affect me, Bubba. I don't want that on me.
You
That's
never
bad
had these
karma.
emotions when you were really, really screwing a guy over on a U-79
Yeah.
Torino, buddy. I'll tell you that right now.
It's the Ozempic, man.
You
It's
know,
changed my
man,
whole
when you were
viewpoint.
really
It's my-
shoving up a guy, when you were putting concrete into cars and going
Yeah.
to scrap metal, and getting the car
were
was
putting
supposed to
peanut
weigh
butter in the tailpipe.
3,400 pounds, and it was $8,000, and you're getting paid $8,000 on scrap because the trunk was full of concrete. You didn't care that the guy that paid you had to make it out of his paycheck. The difference, you didn't care. Stop with the
Okay,
fake
first of all-
crocodile
first of all,
tears.
I had a 72-hour return policy, so if you didn't return it within 72 hours, that's on you. Second of all, is as is if you bought it without a warranty. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little story though, Bubba. Really, why I stopped doing the retail business. I might have told this story on air, but so I sold I used to sell a ton of minivans. The Honda Odyssey minivan, those things will run for like 500,000 miles. You get them for dirt cheap. Family, you just have a Honda Odyssey, boom, sold. You know, people just love them. They're good vans. So I remember I sold this Honda Odyssey, like a nice one, no issues. A woman comes back like 9 months later, comes yelling in my office. She's a Latino woman. She's like, my kid, the truancy officer, my kid's in jail. My car broke down. I couldn't take him to school. The truancy officer came to my house. Now my son's in juvenile detention. And I'm like, well, what happened? She's like, oh, the alternator went out. I'm like, well, the alternator, that's normal maintenance. I mean, that's a $200 willy-dilly deal. You're going to have to do that. That's going to happen on cars. Your battery, your alternator is going to get weak. It's a 2002 Honda Odyssey. What do you think this is? And she's in there yelling and screaming, like getting in a fight, trying to call the cops. And that's when I realized this is not worth it because somebody's alternator is going to go bad. Then a year later, they're going to come to me and say, oh, I'm the reason that your son got picked up by the truancy officer.
And now you've
elevated.
but now you've elevated yourself from the used car industry into the media industry where you have to fire producers that you don't like, buddy. It just comes with the territory, kid. You don't need another fake emotional breakdown. Let's just man up and fire the guy. Give me his number. I'll do it live.
Okay, we'll do it on there. We'll do it on the air next week. We'll do it on the air next week. And second of all, for somebody in the chat, $200. Guys, let me tell you something. I'm wholesale alternator Willie. I got the wholesale Willie. I know where to get this stuff cheap. Everybody knows. I mean, these car parts. Come on, man.
You go to
Well, that's
Sumo
other
sells
thing.
$200 from Sumo.
Exactly. Well, listen.
Yeah, come on, people.
Listen, I got to go. We're running late. You've
Okay.
had an emotional breakdown. I've dumped you 4 times today. You may have gotten us canceled off Twitch, and I don't even know what else is going on.
All right,
So
Bubba, but I'm coming to Tampa. I think I'm coming to Tampa for something.
Please, no, please,
I
no,
forget.
please, no,
I
please,
swear.
no,
Yeah, I
please.
know.
Oh,
You're
we're out of town
screwed 'cause
that
actually,
day.
Oh, don't forget
Yeah, no,
Barb.
I think it's
Barb.
I think
Barb
the
in
whole week.
January.
He's not coming to Barb.
12 to
I'll tell you that.
14.
I am coming to Barf. And it's January
It's Barb,
14th.
but yeah, Jen.
Oh, it's a whole week, actually.
Starts January 12th, and it goes to the 15th.
It starts with a handicapped man losing his.
Brandon
You
the
guys,
quad.
we just don't have time to get
Yeah.
into Barb with
Sorry about
Alex,
that.
and we might want to give him
I know,
the
but
wrong
you know what's
date.
funny though? I'll be do not give me the wrong date because I will fact check all this. All right.
Yeah,
So you guys
whatever.
are gonna see me, Bubba. And guess what, Bubba? I'm
Just
gonna
like
go to
you
your
fact check the
apartment.
FCC rules, dumbass.
Okay. Well, I love you guys. We had
We
a
love
great
you
bump this
too.
week. This is a good week. Bubba, and I think we've all been going through it. Lately there's
exhausted.
something in the air. This is the last thing I want to say, guys. This has been
at his hair.
2022
Look
has
at
been
his
a heck of a year. It's been a heck of a year for some better than others. 2021, I would argue, is my worst year.
Hey, I
lost
do
my
have a
mother,
new
but
client you might want to check out. It's called BetterHelp.com. It's online therapy. You might need it, buddy.
well, that's true. That is probably true. But my last 2 psychiatrists committed suicide. I told you that, right?
Oh, my God.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
You
should call your third one that.
One put me in the note. Yeah, one put me in the note. Yeah.
All
one
right,
put
this
me
is where
in
we
the
got to go.
By the way,
Listen,
I just want to point out, I'd be willing to trade Alex Stein with Brittany Griner to send him to Russia.
Yes.
Don't play me like that. Come
Hey,
on.
we'll send this other dude too that'll drive you guys insane. All right, hey, we'll
Why
see
are
you next
we
week. Bye, buddy.
Yeah.
Bye, Alex.
Say goodbye.
Bye.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.